Welcome to the Jesse James Show. I'm your host today, Jesse James, and today we're going to go over the Ghislaine Maxwell case that her transcript was released today. So it's breaking that the DOJ just released the transcript and the audio of the interview with the Epstein associates, Ghislaine Maxwell. So I read through a lot of them. I haven't read through every single page of this yet, but for the majority of it I have, and then I've also watched a bunch and listened to a bunch as it went along. So here we go. The first thing I noticed was Benny Johnson came out and said a little bit of the questioning that came with the transcripts. Did you ever observe President Trump receive a massage? Ghislaine Maxwell, never. Todd Blanche, and did you ever hear Mr. Epstein or anybody say that President Trump had done anything inappropriate with a masseuse or with anybody in the world? I mean, that's a wide question. Absolutely never in any context. I mean, you can go online, you can check this all out. This is through the entire transcript that's going on with it. You can take it as what you want. You could believe her or not. It's up to you. Here's another one from Marjorie Taylor Greene. So Ghislaine Maxwell says President Trump was never inappropriate with anybody and was a perfect gentleman in all respects. And this is what she says. I'll say it again. The Democrats tried to put President Trump in jail for the rest of his life, destroying his businesses and taking his wealth. And multiple assassins tried to kill him. If there had ever been any evidence against Donald Trump in the Epstein case, the Democrats would have used it against him long ago, especially in this last election. You had to be just kidding me that they didn't use any of the Epstein stuff. So here you go. Here's another one. Did you ever observe President Trump receive a massage? Never. We read that already. I actually never saw the president in any type of massage setting. I never witnessed the president in any appropriate setting in any way. The president was never inappropriate with anybody in the times that I was with him. He was a gentleman in all respects. That's the whole quote from Ghislaine Maxwell. And by president, she means Donald Trump. Now, we've seen Clinton getting massages from ladies, verify their ages. That's, we could check that out on a later date or something, but everybody knows we watched Clinton do it. And he flew on the plane, 27 times, maybe 28 times, depends on who you actually talk to or read. And, that's just the Clintons. That's the tip of the iceberg. I mean, there was many times in this entire situation where even Ghislaine Maxwell, in her own testimony in here, she said that she was asked to see if there was any government negligence. And Maxwell says she begged to talk for years, but no U.S. agency contacted her until 2025. Now let that sink in for a second. Another quote that came from the Maxwell case is Robert Maxwell. There was a couple myths bust. If you're looking into it, I mean, you probably heard a bunch of stuff, but she confirms his World War II intelligence role, but denied any Epstein links. So I don't know. You could take what you want from that. You can see what it is. But so this is what Mike Benz has to say. And she says, I was part of the beginning process of the Clinton Global Initiative. Now, doesn't that sound even more conspiracy-like? Think about it. So Bill Clinton Epstein has all this blackmail, even a photo of Bill Clinton in his, I think it was in his New York mansion. He has a whole painting of Bill Clinton in the blue dress that his mistress wore, painted on his wall, saying pretty much, I own you, to Bill Clinton. Okay, well, we'll get back to the top. So Todd Blanche, did you know whether Epstein ever did any business transactions with the Clintons? Ghislaine Maxwell. I'm not sure I can. I'm not sure how to quite. I don't know the answer to that strictly because I was part of the beginning process of the Clinton Global Initiative. And that was something that I helped with. That was me and Epstein may have helped me help them. And in that context, he may well have involved. So that goes into this whole entire age in a sense. And so Todd Blanche continues to say, so when you say involved himself, meaning like gave money to Clinton's global initiative or something like that, Maxwell. Well, so there's that. I think he did do that. And that, I believe the money that he had may have given could have been independent of me. But I think it's just easier if I just tell you how it happened rather than otherwise it sounds all odd and funky. I went to Davos for former president, and I have you been to Davos? We'll look at the next section. So billionaire sex offender Epstein once claimed he had co-founded the Clinton Foundation. This was published in July 6, 2016. I mean, come on. That's under Obama. From there, Mr. Epstein was a part of the original group that conceived the Clinton Global Initiative, which is described as a project bringing together a community of global leaders to devise and implement an initiative solution to some of the world's most pressing challenges, focusing on initiative including poverty, climate change, global health, and religion and ethnic conflicts. Sounds like a money laundering scheme made up by USAID, but what do I know? And then let's actually hear it from Mike Benz himself. Like, this is just a perfect explanation, and you can't ask for a better narrator to say it.
Well, one thing that's fascinating is she point blank tells the Justice Department, quote, I was part of the beginning process of the Clinton Global Initiative. And then she goes on to say that she believes Jeffrey Epstein actually funded the Clinton Global Initiative, and that they came up with the idea together while on a trip to Davos. Now, we know that this lines up with the exact start of the Clinton Foundation in 2002 was exactly when Jeffrey Epstein was flying President Clinton around personally as kind of aerial chauffeur around Africa. I think they went to 5 different countries in Africa together publicly. And this was actually part of the process that I think brought Jeffrey Epstein a little bit too close to the sun, was when he was personally flying President Clinton around while President Clinton was setting up the Clinton Foundation. And we know that what the Clinton Foundation was doing was essentially pay to play while Hillary Clinton was making her rise in New York Senate politics and then into the Secretary of State. And while they had all this clout and connections and pull within the Democrat Party, that they could essentially sell U.S. foreign policy to foreign donors and to big corporations so that they could essentially, instead of doing things in the national interest, have the State Department, the Defense Department, the CIA, USAID, essentially twist the governance and policies of foreign countries using the battering ram of the American diplomacy and war and trade machine in order to profit the people who personally paid the Clintons for those favors. And so this is totally in line with what I think is the most persuasive theory of the case on Epstein, which is that he was a money bundler. He helped in the structuring of these complex faux philanthropic influence machines. He was a deal maker, and it looks like he was part of the deal making that went into the origins of the Clinton Foundation, which we're now learning as well. The Justice Department shut down the FBI investigation into 3 different FBI investigations into the Clinton Foundation were shut down, and the IRS investigation was shut down, we're told now, because the IRS claimed they did not have enough resources to investigate the Clinton Foundation. Evidently, the fraud there was so massive, the IRS's defense to get out of political cronyism is that I guess the fraud was too big to jail. They simply couldn't take it on.
All right, to me, that's just like, it just speaks for itself. Like, this is crazy. So then you roll into Doge, right? So Doge confirmed that USAID, like that, literally the whole Clinton Foundation sounds like a USAID scheme that's just money laundering all over it. So here we go. So Doge confirms that USAID gave Chelsea Clinton a grant of $82 million to the Clinton Global Initiative, $3 million of which were spent on her wedding and the other 11 million on a mansion. Like, how does that even make sense at all? $14 million went to the Clinton Global Initiative just to be spent on their daughter's life. That's insane to me. Like, how does that even make sense? And you want to talk about global elites? They're literally using the government, our taxpayer dollars, just to give to their own children, to their own benefit. They want to stay in power. They want to be that elite. They just need it. It's like, it's crazy. It's power hungriness at its best. And the Democratic Party has been hiding this for years. This is early 2000s, 1990s. Like, come on. 30 years of hiding all of this. Plus, what else are they hiding? That's insane to me. And then if you look at this, so this is from Real Robert. So Doge investigation confirmed the same thing that we just read, right? And here you go. Let's listen to Hillary.
We want to thank everyone who has supported our work. We want to welcome more of you to come to support our work. It means the world to us, our family, but more than that, to our hope for the future. So please come be part of making that future better for everyone. We couldn't do the work that we feel so grateful to do without.
All right, I can't listen anymore. I'm sorry, but like, it's just crazy to me that this is literally completely okay with the Democrats and the liberals, that this is happening like this. And it continues to happen like this. What we need is accountability. Like this John Bolton raid today, it better be the tip of the iceberg, because we better see hundreds of Democrats. All the Clintons need to come in. Hillary, Bill, Chelsea Clinton, anybody to do with this Epstein stuff, just bring them in. Let's hear it. Let's get the depositions. Let's let them release the depositions. Give it to us, to the people, and let us talk about it. Let us post about it. Let us talk about it. Let us make it work, because this is insane to me. There's no way that this should ever be allowed in any part of the U.S. government. Man, I hope in any government across the world. This is just straight corruption at its finest. And you wonder why Doge was needed, because all the waste, fraud, abuse, everything that we just seen on here. All right, so make sure you guys give me a like, follow, and subscribe. Just starting out, so we're going to try to get this and just watch us grow.